G'day, my name's Wilfred West from Loch, Victoria, Australia, and today I'm going to be driving from Loch to Pakertam, as you can see on this map, and then back again. I'm going to be driving normal speed through Loch. When I come to a stop at each location, I'm going to be slowing down that. I won't show you the final destination in Pakertam. I'm just going to get to a point where then I'll cut that out, then I'll start again from another point, and we'll go from there. I do hope you like this video, and if so, please subscribe. I'm using the Blue Yeti mic for my voiceover.
Velodrome was opened today and will host track events at the 2018 Gold Coast Commonwealth Games. The 33-year-old Queensland athlete has also been named an official ambassador to the Games. News says the venue will help progress the sport of cycling in Queensland.
To be here today, and well, thank you to whoever designed all the colours, because blue is my favourite colour. And to see my name and my family name attached to a venue of this calibre is just truly remarkable.
Another severe storm warning has been issued for Victoria. Thunderstorms have been detected on the radar near Pakertam and Frankston in Melbourne South. The storms are moving in the south-east and could cause large hail, damaging winds and flash flooding in Cranbourne, Turadon and Huira. The system is expected to move towards Gippsland, affecting an area stretching from Morwell up to Bairnsdale and Orbost later this afternoon. It follows destructive storms in Victoria's far northwest last night, where homes were damaged and power remains cut to more than 5,000 homes. The cricket and South Africa's openers have started well, surviving the opening overs of their first innings on day one of the second test against Australia in Hobart. Proteas are none for 39, trailing Australia by just 46 runs. Earlier, Australia was bowled out for just 85 after being sent into bat, with captain Steve Smith top scoring with 48 runs. To the weather now in our capital, and a shower to a possible gusty storm in Brisbane, and you're on 28 degrees. Sydney showers and a possible storm, it's 26. In Canberra, rain, likely storm clearing, you're on 26. In Melbourne, a few showers and a possible storm, it's 23 degrees. Hobart, a shower to increasing, and it's 13. In Adelaide, showers and winds increasing for you, and you're on 16 degrees. In Perth, a mostly sunny day, 21 now. And in Darwin, partly cloudy, you're on 34 degrees. Stay with us on ABC News Radio as we take you to our broadcast partners at Deutsche Welle or Africa Link.
Deutsche Welle, Africa Link. Hello and welcome to DW's Africa Link program. I'm Isaac Mugabe, your host.
And I'm Sarah Neko, bringing you Africa's trending hashtags and what you have to say about the stories we've been covering.
Coming up, South Africa's President Jacob Zuma faces a vote of no confidence in Parliament for what the opposition termed as havoc inflicted on an infant democracy.
The ANC leadership must choose between the president on one hand and the ANC and the people of South Africa on the other hand.
And on social media, people are still commenting on the US election.
Also on the program, more reactions such as mentioned after Donald Trump is elected President of the United States, the European Union's foreign policy chief.
It's still very much unclear to us what will be the course of the foreign policy of the new administration. We'll wait and see what comes on that side, but from our side it is important to continue to work together.
Stay tuned for all that and much more to come on the program. We begin today's program in South Africa, where members of parliament have been deliberating on a vote of no confidence against President Jacob Zuma. Zuma has fought off a series of damaging controversies during his presidency that last week came under further pressure after corruption probe raised fresh allegations of misconduct. The Democratic Alliance, the main opposition party, tabled the no confidence motion against Zuma, and it will be third under the year with the constitution defeated by the ANC's majority in Parliament. From Johannesburg, Joseph Omalo said this before.
When the debate on the motion of no confidence started, the opposition quickly got down to serious business. From the onset, opposition parties wasted no time, calling on in unison for the matter to be decided through a secret vote. The DA warned the ruling African National Congress ANC members of Parliament, MPs, to stop risking lives of millions of South Africans in protection of their men. The leader Moses Maimane called on parliamentarians to stand with the people and fight corruption through voting in favor of the motion. He pleaded with the members to save South Africa from Zuma and others who have captured it.
The ANC leadership must choose between the president on one hand and the ANC and the people of South Africa on the other hand. Enough is enough.
The opposition showed a united front throughout the debate. Economic News of Finance, EFF Chief Wilfred challenged the ANC MPs to do what he called the right thing.
Create your own platform to remove the post-corona disaster that is facing South Africa. Because before you know it, you have captured everything. After he has dealt with everyone else, it's not direct you.
But the ANC also came prepared to challenge the motion, accusing the DA of abusing parliamentary processes in a bid to seek president. The ANC member of parliament, insisted that Zuma has done everything possible to fight corruption and improve.
Reports from meeting November 8, 2016. General business. Pathways. Report on pathways to be installed from Lake Street to mailboxes Cliff Street along National Park Road to Medical Center, will be meeting with Shirey crossovers along route. Emergency plan, CRG has caretaker role of this plan. Many groups attended on 25th October. Updated contacts for appendix to original plan 2013, may rewrite plan with a page for each establishment for quick reference. Ranger from parks to send current contacts for others. Need to add men's shared information. Need to add contact details for Gippsland water, what if backflow etc. sewerage. Rubbish bins, new tender for less bins 90 removed from Shire. If there is a problem, go to WS Council website and contact us. Scroll down to car or phone. Discussion on sewerage. Some block owners received an account for $80 extra. Health center, concern raised reclosing services such as patient-assisted group. Reports, from community organizations, clubs. CFA, quiet fire-wise, burn-offs to do at Caravan Park and National Park Road, training last Saturday with Golden Beach entrapment etc. Other drills group does monthly training. CFALS and Golden Beach raised $2,500 to Cox's bike ride funds for motor neuron. Open day planned for December 18th or welcome. Now have kid-size gear for children to have photos taken with fire truck. Seniors, going well. AGM 3rd Monday November 21st. Will be a guest speaker from Sale Police on Neighborhood Watch. Christmas breakup will be at Sale Greyhounds. Sunday 27th November may be a race named for our group. Theme going to the dogs. Pick up 4 p.m. Lions, members enjoyed a great dinner with District Governor, a busy lady who spreads her time from Mornington to Malakuta. Sunday 11th December LS Children's Christmas Party. Calcutta held at Hotel Cup Eve. $1,000 from raffles and $1,000 for auction of advertisement in Gippsland. A Marina Hotel donated half of this. These funds towards Xavier's Wheels. Lions provide sponsorship for 2 local children to go to Lola Camp and also sponsor child going on to secondary school. Bush Market to be held January 7th. Cox's bike ride for motor neuron disease saw over 100 bike riders enter 79 all the way from Sale. Lions provided food for bike riders and volunteers raised $1,300 from extra food sold on the day. Public Hall Committee, new carpet in meeting room. Family Fun Day to be held on Saturday November 19th. Free day with sausage sizzle and music. Surf Club, LS and Golden Beach. Trying to get up and running. Sales School interested took students to Wanthaggi for training. Community House, Good Market Day. It was noted foyer a little cluttered. House activities picking up after people returning from winter break. Twilight cruise fully booked. December breakup planned for all volunteers and members of the community house. WSC has donated towards this 20th anniversary celebration. Dance group, line dancing numbers growing. Dance held last Sunday, well attended by locals and visitors from Sale and Rosedale. Parks, access ramp at 90 Mile Beach completed with seat. Thank you to the community for thoughts and donations. Seat named in respect for Ralph Brown. Delve began slashing Wednesday and will do Charles Street Reserve next. 2 more fire crew will be stationed from 18th November. 2 volunteers emptying fishing line bins and picking up rubbish at entrance to town. The 4-wheel drive track and Deal Farm track need work. Pricing is underway to fill deep ruts with gravel. A summer junior ranger program will be on again this summer. Last year 22 attended some coming by boat across the lake. Ranger to investigate signage at park concerns raised visibility of vehicles coming out of the national park. Need more volunteers. Suggestion from Floor: create Friends of the Park reopen park building office which has touch and feel dioramas. Parks Week, probable venue Lake Street Foreshore, March 2017. Maybe teddy bears picnic, wildlife displays, native animals display like in shopping center. Not on Sunday of March, long weekend. Maybe Saturday. Any ideas welcome. Boat Club. Saturday morning sailing has started again with Greg McNeil at the helm. Initially it will only be monthly. Following in the afternoon the Commodore's Cup races will be held. Water Safety Week, the Loch Sports School involvement in Water Safety Week will be held on Friday 2nd December. Please come along and see the children enjoying learning about water safety, sailing small boats, riding in a rescue boat and learning about bushfire preparedness from the Shire, checking out Parks firefighting truck and CFA trucks SCS equipment and get up close with the ambulance. The police boat may make another visit. The children with the volunteers will join in a sausage sizzle before they return to school. Children's Disco. Children between 5 and 12 years are invited to a disco at the club on Thursday 29th December from 6 to 8 p.m. $5 entry, and from these funds a donation will be made to local Boys Avia's Vehicle Transport Fund. The regular sail training program will be held from Monday January 2nd to 6th. Discover Sailing, Saturday 7th January. Discover Sailing, come along and experience sailing. On Saturday, January 14th, a new event has been added for everyone who likes to paddle a canoe, a kayak or a paddle board. Leaving from the Charlie's Street car park and return followed by a sausage sizzle at the clubhouse. The Cat Challenge, which was sailed in great weather, followed by a family barbecue. Report of the Foreshore Committee. There will be an article in the next edition of The Link with the latest news of the work of the Foreshore Committee. Wellington Shire have had some consultation with Delve re the need for restoration, repair works to the foreshore path adjacent to Victoria Parade near Warren Street. A further meeting is scheduled for later in the month. The Shire decided to surface this section of the foreshore path along Lake Victoria some time ago. Unfortunately, erosion control at the time was not made a priority. Wellington Shire has budgeted 2017 budget for the restoration works required for the access track to the foreshore of Lake Victoria from Torak Avenue. The tree planting days were postponed by Delve. They will now be held in May 2017. Extreme wind events have reduced the facility of the Seagull Drive boat ramp. Clearing of the ramp for the summer season will be considered at the next meeting of the newly appointed Foreshore Committee. Charles Street and the Boulevard boat ramps are both operating successfully. More general business. It was noted that contrary to the urban design framework wording of building height limit of 7.5 meters, council has now allowed a building over 8 meters. People living near this had difficulty finding how high, as planning permit only said over 7.5 meters. Mobile phone and landline internet has been very poor lately for most people. Many taking this up with Telstra. Website and town information booklet is underway with a volunteer offering to do this. Facebook page What's On in Loch Sport. For any community group or business, email jpegflyer to lscrg@gmail.com. Next meeting 10 a.m. at Public Hall. AGM December 6th. Invite new Coastal Councillors and WSC Community Engagement Officer.
Work with the Russians and Assad, as one Russian analyst told me, from the Kremlin's perspective.
Okay, just coming into Sale now. Now I'm going to stop at a couple of places. One to check my tax lotto tickets, see if I actually won any money or not. And the other one is to just to stop at the bakery on the way through so I get a quick bite to eat and drink, so I don't have to worry about stopping too often as I go towards Pakertam.
And from one strong man's reaction to another, Turkey appears to have conflicted feelings over the election of Donald Trump. Much of the Donald's campaign rhetoric was slammed by Ankara as anti-Muslim, but as Dorian Jones reports from Istanbul, pragmatism might be the order of the day, because Trump is being viewed as a man Turkey could do business with.
With a Trump Tower dominating Istanbul's skyline, the US President-elect is no stranger to Turkey. At the peak of the controversy over Trump's call to ban Muslim visitors to the US, there was even government talk. He won't see a president like Donald Trump either.
Trump's election could prove a boon to Britain. The UK government's reaction to his victory was telling. Continental European leaders congratulated the president-elect through gritted teeth, but British Prime Minister Theresa May was effusive.
Britain and the United States share values of freedom, of democracy and enterprise, and I look forward to building on the special relationship we have between our two countries to ensure the security and prosperity of our two nations in the future.
And especially the security and prosperity of Britain after Brexit. President Obama had angered and dismayed many Brits before the EU referendum by warning the UK that it would be at the back of the queue when it came to a free trade deal with the US. Trump, on the other hand, has warmly endorsed Brexit, raising British hopes, says Rush Shaw of Tech London advocates.
Britain may not be at the back of the queue any longer in terms of a future trade deal, so I think the Prime Minister might need to follow up with the President-elect and see if we can get a US-UK trade deal in place.
But these hopes and relief expressed across European financial markets need to be tempered, says Swati Hindra of the London School of Economics. On the campaign trail, Trump warned that he would rip up free trade deals like NAFTA and slap big tariffs on Chinese imports. That, says Hindra, represents a threat to the global economy.
If Trump does go ahead with a very protectionist stance from the United States with respect to all of its different trading partners, the major ones at least, what we are going to see is potentially some reduction in global GDP as trade volumes decline, and therefore as it becomes harder to do business across borders.
And this is not just some ivory tower academic warning of the theoretical dangers of protectionism. Jim Rogers is a highly successful American investor now based in the Far East. He bet on a Trump win but did not himself vote for the brash billionaire. Rogers says Trump could well crash the global economy.
He talks about trade wars. He talks about what he talks about. He does what he says he's going to do. It's going to be a disaster. We're all going to go bankrupt. Trade wars throughout history have led to serious problems.
Those concerns were not uppermost in the minds of market traders in the immediate aftermath of Trump's triumph. Dealers are deriving comfort from the prospect of a massive new stimulus. The billionaires promised tax cuts and big spending on infrastructure. But that, says Stephen King, chief economist at one of Europe's biggest banks, HSBC, may only benefit the US and the world in the short term.
Longwood residents, it's now doing everything it can.
Racing legend Anna Mews has ridden the first lap on the Brisbane Velodrome named in her honour. The Anna Mews Velodrome was officially opened this morning at Chandler and will host track cycling at the 2018 Gold Coast Commonwealth Games. Premier also named the 33-year-old Queenslander a Games ambassador. Mews says the arena is a world-class venue and it's a privilege to have her name attached to it.
When I was young, Terry and I used to be driven hundreds of kilometres to a powerful two-tube track, and that was how we got involved in the sport of cycling. So Queensland needed a venue like this to really help with the progression of the sport of cycling.
Turning to cricket and football, Mitchell Starc has led an Australian fight back, picking up 3 wickets after tea on day 1 of the South Africa in Hobart. Australia was sent into bat this morning and was bowled out for just 85. South Africa is now 3 for 57, trailing Australia by 28 runs. To the weather now in our capitals. A shower or two, possible gusty storm for Brisbane. It's 26 degrees. In Sydney, showers and a possible storm. You're on 25. In Canberra, rain and a likely storm clearing. Right now in Canberra, it's 26 degrees. In Melbourne, a few showers and a possible storm, and you're on 23 degrees. Hobart, shower or two increasing, and it's 14. In Adelaide, showers and winds increasing. In Adelaide now, it's 18 degrees. Perth, a mostly sunny day for you. You're on 22. And in Darwin, partly cloudy. It's now 33 degrees. Stay with us on ABC News Radio as we take you back to our broadcast partners at Deutsche Welle for this week's edition of Living Planet.
DW Deutsche Welle. Living Planet.
Hello and welcome to Living Planet. I'm Charlotte Lomack in Bonn, Germany. On today's episode, we take a look at the road to renewables, what a Trump victory means for climate policy, could big data transform renewables for Europe, and the small villages showing governments just how it's done. That's coming up here on Living Planet. But the conference has largely been overshadowed by the US presidential election. Just days after the landmark Paris Agreement came into force, Donald Trump's election victory has come
3 women female secretary of state in the last 10 years. So they have women in high positions. We have Theresa May over here, we have Thatcher, we have, and the most of the women, we have female presidents across the world. So this isn't anything new to them. So for her to say that, it seems to me a little bit like a battle. So it's people who know they think that there is, and then women to know that battle is one by political information. Stacey can't take the moment they there. If you're just doing just a little weekend, and then we have this hour, as you know, U.S. President Donald Trump is open to leaving intact some key parts of President Obama's Health Care Act, popularly known as Obamacare, and huge crowds on the streets of the and the resignation of President Obama. Now let's break away from politics for a moment and have a musical break. When you think of folk music, what comes to mind? Probably jigs from Ireland, maybe reels from Scotland, or bluegrass from America. What about English folk music? It's generally much less well known than Irish, Scottish, and American cousins. Traditions do go back centuries. Now, one man, John Burden, the former lead singer of the group Bellowhead, has made it his mission to bring English folk music to the world. He's compiled a double album of traditional English folk, mostly played by contemporary artists, which has just been released. He told Weekend why.
Quite fantastic about English folk song, in particular English folk music, and so it seems like a really good way of just taking some of the tracks I love out to a broader audience.
Welcome back. Now I'm just coming up to the servo on the left hand side down here a little bit further. I'm going to be ending the video here. This is as close as I want to get for a Pakertam. And the next video I will show you as we leave Pakertam. I hope you've liked the video so far. Welcome back. Now this is the 13th of the 11th 2016 and we're just leaving Pakertam now, and we're driving along the old Princess Highway here. This leads up to the new one and eventually just go straight from there to Loch Sport. Okay, now I did stop at here for some KFC. Now I've honestly admit I have not had KFC or McDonald's or Hungry Jack's for over 5 years. I don't think I'll ever have McDonald's again in my entire life, but KFC I will have because the chips are yummy and their chicken breast. It's the skin of what they do to chicken is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it was a little bit dry, the breast, but I expected that hasn't changed in over 5 years. But the skin and the chips, good orange juice, was quite nice.
It will take some time for I think the thing that they satisfying makes very obvious that it must be somebody that
are used to that, but they still feel shocked. They're used to that dynamic. I just came from talking to the mayor, actually, and that's what I asked her. Her name is Taylor. She's an independent, and she's the first African-American mayor, which she says a lot about San Antonio. But she's not sure how to take these decisions and make people feel safe coming out of the election.
Well, I really just been thinking about how we can stay focused on local issues. I really don't know how to approach the conversation, around the national issues, because I think folks get pretty
Welcome back. Now the reason why I'm doing a U-turn here is because I'm stopping at Sherwood Park Orchard. It's a little bakery slash cafe. Kind of very friendly people, very good prices, and I've actually found garlic and ginger made from local ingredients, not local and imported ingredients.
One thing we think things on is that these conversations come from people, and no longer something that nine discuss because we are in a world where it is very real.
So for someone who grew up out on American TV, does post us a little consequentially American TV satire. What is American TV today?
America is not a station. It's an idea. It's an idea that I kept in my life. Whether it was in the way I dressed, even sometimes the way I spoke, things I want to be, the places I want to see, the world of America, and as America views the world. And so, for me, growing up, it was magic.
Association.
I saw soil that was dug up to decontaminate the area. What you do is radioactive soil. And even if you can take out boarding or whatever gets now from every place that they want to go back, there's no way very far that area children can go walk a car or out a whatever. Because
National Leader Troy Grab has declined to comment.
Tasmania's opposition has unveiled a package for Tasmania's west coast, which includes incentives for mineral exploration and installing hubs at the North Station.
Quite literally, because the building of the wall between Mexico It's one of his biggest projects.
Well, I think it's been a try. He campaigned on this from the very beginning. He descended a golden staircase from Tower last July 2015. He made a point of saying that he needed to protect the U.S. borders and immigrants.
Welcome back to Sale. Now, just had to get some do some shopping at Coles. Then I got some diesel at the Shell Servo, and then we got the car washed, and then we went basically back home. Went to the surf beach first, and got there about 5 o'clock. After that, just went home from the surf beach and unloaded the car.
Treasury Secretary right now. He brought in the back from Citibank. You know, one of the biggest basket-case financial institutions, not only did Obama not put it out of business, his Treasury Secretary comes from there. And one of Obama's early economic advisors, Larry Summers, you quoted him with a really shocking comment for a Democrat, where he basically said what about inequality? I'm sorry, I don't remember the exact words, but basically, this is normal. Yeah, I exact quote, Tom, was something like, one of the reasons that inequality has probably gone up in our society is that people are being treated closer to the way they're supposed to be treated. Ooh, supposed to be, oh my Lord. But that's meritocracy. That is the meritocratic mindset. And Larry Summers, just so you listeners know, in addition to being Treasury Secretary under President Clinton and a sort of ardent deregulator of banks, then went on to be President of Harvard. Why do you believe that political division and lack of bipartisanship are not the problems that the elites believe they are? Because, again, in Australia, we have this plaintive cry from our newspaper columnists and some of our commentators, and certainly our business leaders, basically that all politicians should agree. You think it's quite the opposite. We want more partisanship. Yeah, well, I think disagreement is very natural and very human. But I also think it's a characteristic of the same class that we've been talking about, the professional class, to distrust disagreement. And one of the questions that I try to answer in Listen Liberal is why one of our two political parties in America is so utterly and profoundly given to the idea of bipartisanship, of consensus. There's the Democrats, by the way. The Democrats are in love with the idea of consensus. Bill Clinton, and this is now Barack Obama. One of the things that really shocked me about Obama's presidency is that he believed that stuff. I mean, I heard this and I'm like, yep, that's a cliche. Yeah, I've heard that a million times before. He really believed that. He was sincere when he declared the winner of the election. Official results came out much later, but we don't have much faith in the number that came out. Now there was a political campaign out between President Ghani and primary opponent of Lula. And this political that could nationally govern was actually a constitutional arrangement, something that was not really recognized by the Constitution. And it brought together two political rivals who have not really had easy time along with each other as they tried to create a government and build a state. And again, it's entirely predictable. This power sharing has largely paralyzed the government and has both led to more and more splits on the government side, but has also, of course, disillusioned a large population. When I was there in the summer, there was endless talk of mass government, that they are arranged unconstitutional, and according to power sharing, it was supposed to be a parliamentary election that had postponed. They have the opposition to run, and also there's the need to increase conflict on the government side, and was supposed to be a grand that then ratified power sharing agreement. That has been indefinite. Those the theory is that the Senate would overthrow the power sharing agreement. So I don't know what would happen in Afghanistan, but I wouldn't call it democracy.
So one of the problems is that the president mostly lived outside Afghanistan, and so doesn't really have an understanding of the machinations of Afghan politics. I think there's some truth to this, and I also believe that he believes in the state solution. We can find technical solutions to these problems, we can control corruption, we can solve the problems of the country, and really solutions that are quite removed from the problems that the Afghans facing. And even I'd like to join
join us here on ABC News Radio and Management. Shortly we'll take you to our broadcast partners as we develop this discussion on WorldLink. After checking this our story, Eastern Daylight Time is 4 o'clock.
These are the voices from Manhattan, Oak, resounding other protests in Los Angeles, Dallas, Chicago, Philadelphia, other cities. All this world over the prize that Trump was Clinton after it seemed so clear, according to polls, that Clinton would win. But is it really all that big of a surprise? You said planning to do Detroit and build them in Mexico. I'm going to put 35% tariff on those cars and send that to Biden. No, or Democrats have ever said anything like that. And it was new to the ear of people in Britain.
That's filmmaker and author Michael Moore. Back in July, almost 4 months before the election, he predicted a Rust Belt Brexit in a block title, 5 Reasons Why Trump will win.
Whether Trump news or not, how does it relevant that he's saying the thing that people will heard?
For the past 10 years, what we've had, we won't have somebody change, create jobs. People make some money. Around here, paycheck.
About a month before election, I went to Virginia and met Bobby Helper. He echoed my statement about Trump.
Nameless, forgotten word. We used to be part of all law. He, the human hand grenade, leading flow into the system sold by Trump. And on November 8th, the dispossessed will walk into the voting and put a speech. And the name of the man was written on the
listening like hobby makes me think that it's coming. After all, like the more did. One of the seemingly contradicting things come phenomenon. And question hitting the entire system saying it's real.
Not at all taking into account how the world
Welcome back to sunny old Lochsport. Actually, rainy Lochsport. Yeah, but anyway, I do love this place. From here I went to the surf beach and then went home. It's almost 5 o'clock in the evening here.
The city of Amritsar, which borders Pakistan, is also hit bad. Several rehab clinics have opened here last year, as state-run hospitals do not have sufficient capacities to treat drug addicts. Hardeep Singh, a counselor, runs a private clinic and sees some 40 patients every day.
Yeah, we see a manifold increase in the number of patients in Calcutta all the years. What we see is most of the patients are addicts. They tend to take money from their families, and they are probably plenty at the moment.
Back we have some center who ran patients at Pakertam prayer in the evening. They are deep initiation in singing and reciting the Quran, compositions of the saints. Hardeep Singh is a caretaker who's been here for nearly a decade. He's not optimistic.
In terms of addiction, I see no improvement. Heroin is easily available. The new fat now is cocaine, which is also a drug. The number of addicts has certainly not come down.
The impact of drugs, both physical and psychological, continue to affect Punjab's youth. It seems as if authorities are facing a seemingly unwinnable battle. For now, Punjab's war on drugs looks like a long, toxic journey. Murli Krishna, DW, for Shahpur in Punjab.
The drugs are a problem in the world over. We're going to go to Ottawa, Eastern Canada, to our final fourth week. We're going to meet Ray Harrison, who was an addict for 30 years. He's been clean for 2 years now and wants to help others all of his hat. He says a supervised injection facility is the way forward to fight stigma. It's not that easy. Some of the young help addicts jump up because of the dirty image they propagates. Shan Griffiths met Ray Harrison and does the report from Ottawa.
Doesn't face around the entrance of a harm reduction unit in downtown Ottawa. Male, female, teenage, grandmothers, every color skin, every socioeconomic class. These are the pictures of those lost drug overdoses. This somber memorial is a constant reminder that those entering here are striving for better outcomes, like staying alive. 43-year-old Harrison managed to escape beta phases on the wall after kicking a 30-year drug addiction. He's been clean for 21 months and is squarely focused on a path to health. This harm reduction unit, known as NEST or Needle Exchange Vapor Inhalation, was his gateway to health. He now works here as a peer support worker.
This is where 11.
Next door is what is known as Gear Room.
Have you used very questionable water sources in order to get what we need done? Like the back oil is now we have little window files.
Ray explains how infections spread quickly when one drug user shares syringes with others. Infections like flu, hepatitis B, HIV/AIDS can spread quickly. Free clean syringes can make all the difference. But these harm reduction units aren't necessary. He's a fan of Vancouver's Insight, the first and only legal supervised injection facility in North America. It opened 13 years ago after 1,000 drug use died of overdoses and had to see if HIV infection rates soared. Since Insight opened, those infection rates plummeted as has overdose death in the vicinity of Insight. Most successfully, out of the 3 million who used the facility and the thousands who have overdosed, no one died.
Those are numbers of that states, the healthcare industry, the social services, and everything else like that, and it just makes sense. With all deals they have they're more like this, they come do their thing, you know, they want to get help. There's somebody right there, just showing them where all doors are. I don't understand where all are. Let me give me in there, watching my
Recently, they made a case for local politicians and community leaders at a meeting on Board of Health.
I'm 43, so I had one for 20 years. If I say someone else going down that road I did, I would be very something else to where I am at. Thank you.
Ray is one of many powerful voices the board heard, urging them to support supervised injection site proposals, which they did, bringing the SISs a step closer to reality, in Ottawa at least. The proposals do have their critics, like Ottawa's police chief. He's concerned about a potential rise in drug rate around the facility, as well as an analysis one might bring desperate drug use to temporary habits. But Vancouver police say that there's virtually no increase by primary site, and that their approach is shifting to encourage drug use to the facility. The police are not able to address their way out of this problem until WW. Instead, Cushman, harm reduction organization, says that it will ultimately understand that most drug addicts are the most vulnerable people in society. Ray was a child, found out that Ireland troubles as a village. First in Montreal, where he said that he felt like churches. Then to Toronto, to deal with emotional anger, he turned to Harper, like vodka or whiskey, since 12. And in his teens, saw that guy trying to realize for the first time. At 19, started looking cash, and even became a drug dealer at the time his daughter was born when he was 22. He began injecting pharmaceutical drugs in his early 20s to manage chronic hernia pain. In his mid-20s, he began working in what he described as security overseas, but he's reluctant to talk more about it. For about a decade, he sustained a $700 to $800 habit. That's between
League is a nonsense of terrorism.
British singer Sting has urged Brazilians to celebrate life as he reopened the Pakertam concert hall a year after Islamist militants killed 89 people at the venue. British singer told the audience, including survivors, that they had to the dead and celebrate life.
We've got two important things to do tonight. First, to remember and honour those lost their lives a year ago, and to celebrate life. Music is historic thing.
And there was a minute silence of those killed in the French camp by jihadists linked to Islamic State. In time, the Islamic State has claimed responsibility for an explosion in Pakistan, which killed more than 50 people at a Muslim shrine. More than 100 people wounded in the blast of the Shah shrine, where the crowds have habit of watching the dance. Shrine is located in Afghanistan, about 100 kilometers north of the city of Karachi. New South Wales legislator Paul says as a result of the by-election and a message to the state area. More than half of those counted the national Muslim League successfully gave one of the most voted consent on a vote. Voters helped to issue the Islam Party, which could take the seat once president is counted. Mr. Foley says the vote is a repudiation of Mike Baird's policies on cultural amalgamation and greyhound.
The National Party can't hold Orange, they can't hold the CC. I mean, the real problem is, unless the Bears abandon some of its future policies, is the real prospect that the National team won the illegal map.
This weekend, other two South Wales by-election, Labor hold on to a seat for Wollongong in the Illawarra region, Canterbury, South West. Tasmania's opposition has unveiled a future Tasmanian West Coast, which is incentive for mineral exploration, installing hot tubs at an old power station. Labor leader Brian Green addressed this at party's conference in Queenstown. Mr. Green promised loans of $100,000 drilling project and mine rehabilitation in the region. He says the tourism master plan includes an upgrade of the strong visitor centre, the revitalisation of the Lake Margaret power station.
We always use the big clothes come down that's why we always
And that was actually shoot candidate Phil Donato from New South Wales, who says he's surprised by the results so far of the Orange by-election, and he now will hear from the Tasmanian Labor leader Brian Green.
On cold today, they're still doing the getting into a hot tub, up the lake and then taking the views, and then
Legal aid Western Australia and criminal by a man jailed 6 weeks for using daughter, offering her to have another man. Man was jailed 22 years after pleading guilty to more than 220 charges relating to the abuse of a girl, and he's arguing the sentence was too harsh. Brexit Minister Joe Francis labelled legal aid decision to fund court action as amazingly stupid. Legal aid spokesperson Malcolm Bradshaw says an application made in a case has legal merit. The organisation is obliged to provide assistance. Staying in Western Australia, guards used flash bombs and chemical spray to deter a group of detainees at Banksy Juvenile Detention Centre. The Department of Corrective Services says 7 detainees were involved in interstate violence, which included throwing brick guards, smashing windows. He also says there were no injuries and that damage had not been fully assessed. The incident would be investigated. The latest series of riots and incidents at the centre. Community Public Union said staff have reported over 45 assaults at Banksy since the start of the year, damage totaling about $750,000. In time, the Victorian government is very concerned after another riot at Melbourne's Justice Centre. Emergency crews were called to the high facility in Melbourne in the north just before 9 o'clock last night. Melbourne was hurt by the latest series of riots within Victoria's detention facilities this year. Police question those involved.
My name is Wilfred West from Loch, Victoria, Australia, signing off. Thank you again for watching my videos, and all comments are welcome. I do hope you liked this little video that went for almost 2 hours. I hope you all enjoy, and you all have a great day now.